We passed a bill to fund the Department of Homeland Security 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks ago. Time for the Senate to act.
But Jay Johnson says we're last state. Is he wrong?
We passed a bill to fund the department 6 weeks ago. I mean, how many times do I have to say it?
How many times? Welcome, folks. It's the Thursday edition of the Steve Malzaberg Show, and are you in for a treat today? By the way, what will Boehner do? What will Boehner do? I mean, he doesn't sound like a man getting ready to wave the white flag in the vein of Mitch McConnell in the Senate. He sounds like a man who knows he's got a caucus that's not happy with what the Senate did and will not pass a standalone bill that funds the president's illegal executive order, illegal as deemed by a judge. So I hope they follow through with this. I hope they explain it. What Boehner should have said, and maybe he did, was, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to express myself through you to the public. We passed a Homeland Security funding bill. The Democrats in the Senate would not bring that to the floor for a discussion or vote. They stalled it. We passed it. Now, the Democrats in the Senate insisted on passing a bill that funded Barack Obama's illegal immigration order, illegal as deemed by a judge. And we will not give that illegal order funding. And if the president and the Democrats want to hold it hostage to that illegal funding, that's what they're going to do. I haven't heard that from Boehner or anybody else. All right, let's see where that leads us. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to listen to this. This is President Obama. I guess he gave an interview to MSNBC yesterday or the day before, talking about immigration. Watch.
One of the things I've learned in this position is that as the only office in which you're the president of all the people, not just some, you have to be thinking not just in terms of short-term politics, you have to be thinking about what's good for the country over the long term. Now, over the long term, this is going to get solved. Because at some point there's going to be a President Rodriguez, or there's going to be a President Chin, or there's going to be a...
What does that mean? What does that mean? The immigration controversy is going to get solved because one day there'll be a President Rodriguez? What does that even mean? That if there's a President Rodriguez, that I don't know what it means. Someone help me. What does it mean? That there'll be no more immigration controversy? Is this first of all, is this Rodriguez? I assume will be born here because I assume the president knows you have to be born here. So what does it mean? I don't know. That he's going to overrun the country with people with similar last names that'll vote for a President Rodriguez? I don't know what it means. And then he goes on to say this.
The country is a nation of immigrants, and ultimately it will reflect who we are, and its politics will reflect who we are. And that's not something to be afraid of, that's something to welcome, because that's always been how we stay dynamic and stay cutting edge and have energy, and we're youthful.
What? We're not a nation of immigrants. I'm not an immigrant. He's not an immigrant. I think everybody in this room, in this studio, was born here. We're not a nation of immigrants. And what does that mean? That keeps us youthful. What is that? Again, what does it mean? These almost non sequiturs. I mean, what is he saying? Be coherent, sir, if you will. Now, speaking of coherent, the Washington Post is out with a story today that the Clinton Foundation, Bill and Hillary, and of course Chelsea, accepted millions of dollars from 7 foreign governments while Hillary Rodham Clinton was Secretary of State of the United States of America. Now, they supposedly all but one were in agreement and compliance with some ethics agreement with the Obama administration. Isn't that cozy? How on earth do you allow a foreign nation to contribute to the Clinton administration when she's in charge of foreign nations? And one of those donations, according to the Washington Post, violated the ethics agreement that allowed all the others. So here you have the Clinton Foundation, I think Hillary's name is in it, in violation of that ethics agreement when she was Secretary of State. You know what? This stinks. You know where it stinks to? High heaven. And if Hillary could get elected president with this on top of everything else, we are done. We are done. Don't go away. General Michael Hayden is next.